Oh, I look super pale today in that light, but then I've got a reflection going on. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, hello creepy friends, welcome to Nixie Bobs, and we're in a better place today after last week's Thunderbirds, Argo. We kind of all freaked out, lost our minds just a little bit. We almost did it again this episode. But I'm so glad that I'm finally able to sit down and talk to you guys about this. I have sick people at work, so you're going to have to excuse me feeling a bit raspy today. I can kind of feel it building in the back of my throat. Got through the whole Alterbridge gig last week, survived crowd surfing. I didn't personally. Came back with no croaky throat, bearing in mind I was screaming my guts out all night long, and now I'm getting sick. You know, it's comedy of errors, isn't it, in my life? But it's the end of the month, which means beauty boxes are going to be back next month. Can you believe it's the end of November? It does not seem like we've had a long November. I do not believe, personally, it just seems like it's just gone boom like that and off it's gone. A couple of people were asking, am I still doing beauty boxes? The answer is yes. It's just that Birchbox last month, as I said, was so kind of bad that I literally physically had nothing good to say about it. So I left it just really to sit in the works. To anyone makeup who's also interested, I got this new box of lipsticks yesterday, which are these ones. I just found them randomly in Superdrug, and you get like 5 in a kit, and they are actually really super nice. Only a £5, so we'll see how that goes on. I'm trying really that whole brand out because I also bought another one of their products and I'm wearing it and it's really doing well. So we'll get back to that. I may end up buying a few more Freedom products and doing a whole video on it just to see what it's like, because you can never count out a drugstore brand. So Saturday's episode was Up From The Depths part 2, and it's safe to say we were all sitting there like this at the end of last week. I mean, you guys saw my reaction. I did not react well to that, did I not? I was spectacularly angry. Actually, you guys saw the edited version of that little anger moment. Maybe one day we'll see the whole thing. It was kind of comedic, but I was just playing out how you guys were feeling. So Up From The Depths part 2 starts exactly where part 1 ended, although Virgil and Gordon are actually back at base at this point, trying to fix the poor old Thunderbird 4. Just not over it yet. I'm just not. No. Scott is in pursuit of the mechanic who has TV21. I kind of got a little bit confused at the end of last week whether he had the surveyor, whether he had TV21. I was kind of lost in translation. It was very late when I watched that episode and I was sitting there going, I've forgotten what's going on. Who has he taken? What's he taken? Has he got the crew? Why doesn't he just nab Thunderbird too? That'd be a fun little second part, wouldn't it? Let's rescue Gordon and Virgil. We'd love that. I think we all felt as angry as Scott looked at the start of this episode. He had his full-on scowl face on. And I think we all felt the same. I did. But then as Scott's trying to hoist TV21 away, we find out that apparently the booster on TV21 is the strongest thing Brains has ever built. Stronger than Thunderbird 1, stronger than anything. So of course the mechanic just goes vroom and pulls it off, and then Scott starts spiraling and smoking, and then he is hurt too. I can't take this anymore! I can't take it anymore. I can't. Now you're hurting Thunderbird 1. No, it's too much. Damn you, mechanic! Consequently, after a few little choice words of Grandma Tracy to Scott, we steady Thunderbird 1, and that goes off safely and back to base. However, the mechanic does escape with Thunderbird. I guess it's Thunderbird 0, really, we could call that. TV21 or Thunderbird 0.5. What one do you guys like? Let's have one of those for that ship, despite the fact that we're not going to see it again. We'll get to that. John in space doesn't let the TV21 out of his sight, and with the help of KO, they trace a signal for it back to Scotland. So off KO goes, despite the fact that this is really a GDF type thing. She goes off to get it, and Grandma Tracy, meanwhile, dispatches Penny and Parker to go and help her find the mechanic once more. The mechanic's actual ship, or is it that, again, I've just watched this 5 minutes ago and I'm getting confused. Is it the TV21 that, no, it must be the mechanic's ship because it's got all the iridium in it. So he then takes this one from the GDF. They're like evacuating at that point. The only person left on this ship is Ned Tedford. I ain't even going there. Long story short, the mechanic rips his ship away from the GDF and takes Tedford with him. So we've got to save Tedford again. And that bloody plant. This means that we're going to have another space mission. Whoop to the space fans out there. And it means that we've got to get Thunderbird 3 up there safely, because obviously anything that they're going to do, the mechanic's going to come out with his magical AI-powered, mind-controlled spaceships. up there that he's not even anywhere near. So Brains comes up with a little something with the help of Max that they've kind of been working on, hasn't been tested. Typical Thunderbird fashion, let's just shove it out in the field despite the fact that we haven't tried it out in real life. And it's essentially like a little mini Max attached to Thunderbird 3. That means that Max can remotely control it, and Alan essentially is beating the mechanic at his own game with the same kind of glove technology and magical power. He's sitting there in the ship when they get up there doing all these cool little movements just like we've seen the mechanic do, and I suddenly feel like we've won up the mechanic for 5 minutes. So while Alan is distracting the mechanic, Scott goes to save Tedford, who won't leave the Iridium, so consequently we've got to pull all the Iridium and Ned Tedford back. Great one, Tedford. Thanks for protecting the Iridium, but you're being a pain in the arse. As everyone is finally saved, the mechanic grabs Thunderbird 3, but in the process, KO grabs what she thinks is the mechanic. We're all sitting there, bearing in mind, watching Thunderbird 3 kind of get crashed. Again, it's like the mechanic is mentally Rusev from WWE, I think, as Rusev crash. And Lana tell Rusev crash. So we're kind of having little moments of that. Is that where they got the idea, do you think? Do you think the creators of Thunderbirds are watching too much Rusev on WWE? Maybe that's the case. It turns out, however, it's not even the mechanic, it's a drone that's set to blow. So Penny, Parker and KO have to bomb it out of this cool little shack that's in the middle of Scotland. Did love how kind of they thought that little one through and kind of made it all nice, cobbledy and cool. Cool little graphic going on there. They lose Alice the crowbar, much to Parker's upset. Does Alice mean anything? Does anybody know if the name Alice has any reference to any Jerry Anderson thing ever? Sometimes I know, like the TV21 and like the TX40 something, there's always references, so if you guys know if Alice means anything, do tell me, or is it just a name like Gladys? Maybe Gladys means something for all I bloody well know. The process, however, in space, we also have to watch TV21 blow up. So everyone back at home is kind of mourning the TV21, and Grandma Tracy says, you know, it is just a ship. It's, you know, it's paved the way to create these 5 crafts we've got here. We do see at the end of it that Thunderbird 4 seems to be back together in one piece and not 2. So that means hopefully it's going to be used for missions later on. I think they should leave Thunderbird 4 for a couple of episodes just to give it the authenticity of we got to fix the ship. Oh, Gordon throughout the episode sitting there crying at times. We felt the same. We all felt the same. We feel your pain, Gordon, seriously. It's a nice end to the episode, and all's well that ends well, but we still don't have the mechanic. KO's vowed to get the mechanic, so we're going to see that happen in later episodes, I guess. All in all, it was a good conclusion, I felt. We had everyone involved again, whether they had a small part or a big part. I think everyone actually has gotten a chance to shine this episode. We've got Scott doing stuff, Alan doing stuff, Virgil did stuff, John did stuff, Gordon did stuff, even Grandma Tracy did stuff. Actually, Grandma Tracy was a little bit of a star in this episode for me. You know, she really, it's the first time I think we've seen her parent the boys, and it was kind of nice to see her have that softer side of, right, Scott, calm down, thrusters, do this, do that. And it was cool because my nan is like that at times, you know, not in controlling ships, but she has this calming effect on me. Same way as when I did my tour of China, I broke my camera. Someone had brought their mum on the trip with them. She was quite old, Suzanne. Love you, Suzanne, by the way, if you ever see this. And I just sat in this little bit in the middle of Xi'an with her, just really, and she's like, it's all right, just calm down, just take a breath. And because she was there, I calmed right down. So nannies and mums do have this effect on us at times. I don't know why, but they do. It was lovely to see that little moment between her and Scott, and it was lovely to see the moment later on between her and Alan when she's talking about different things that their dad did and different things that, you know, creating the TV21 and how proud he was. It felt like we were all a part of it, and it was nice to see them reminisce about their dad this way. And Alan almost kind of didn't understand the significance of TV21 at first. However, seeing it blown up at the end almost felt like the whole mission was a little bit in vain. We ended up going all this way, and what happened to the hat? Did you blow the hat up? I just thought of that. Did you blow the hat up? Why didn't you take the hat? I do hope Gordon has the hat stored safely on Thunderbird 4 somewhere. Just store the hat somewhere. Keep the hat safe. We need the hat. We need the hat put in like a little glass cabinet. That would make every Thunderbird fan everywhere happy, I think. Everyone loved the Triway FAB, where they're finally kind of one-upping the mechanic. Who was it between? It was definitely between Virgil. Was it between Virgil, Brains and Scott, or was it between Alan, Scott and Virgil? I know Virgil did it because I was sitting there going, yeah. And everyone also seemed to love Parker getting to go. Fab 1 is Hoff. Everybody liked that. Everyone I've read everywhere liked Parker having that little moment of his own. I really did enjoy the conclusion to this. It's been a great two-way and we've all been really, really hyped up about this. More so than I think we have any other episode. We got to see a part of Thunderbirds history. Maybe the TV21 was something Jerry Anderson created. Maybe it wasn't. I think he'd be proud of the idea of it, actually. Can't put words in the guy's mouth, but rest in peace, my friend. Love these two episodes, and thank you everyone for sticking with me throughout these. As always, do comment. Did I miss anything? Did you guys see something? Did I miss an Easter egg? Do tell me anything you see. I'll be back next week for the next edition. Like, comment, share, dislike, do whatever you will. Subscribe if you want. Don't get mean on the channel. I say this in as many episodes as I can. Just don't get mean on the channel. It's my only other advice. I don't like people getting mean. We don't need it. We're friends. We're all friends. And I will see everyone again for Thunderbirds, beauty boxes, 20-minute makeup challenges, and God knows whatever else going on. It's nearly Christmas, which is why the Kipling Monkey's just come out. I'll see everyone again. Bye.